It's a really sunny day today. Super bright. Also really windy, so I think the wind subsided for just a second. I think I'll be able to record a couple seconds of vlog before the next giant gust happens. Oh, there it is. Trying to go out for a quick meeting with an advisor. It's like the big thing that I need to do today, and then the job search continues, because that is what I'm going to dedicate a seemingly large chunk of the day to. The meeting is over and was, I guess, successful? I mean, yeah, as successful as a meeting can go. But I've since come back, and last night we ordered some calzones after I ended the vlog, and this is going to be breakfast. I also have a cup of coffee currently brewing, and a loaf of bread that is currently rising. So, today is a day of food. For dinner I'm probably going to have one of those melted sandwiches, because, oh, I want one of those. But I also saw that you could have ramen with melted butter in it. So, I don't know, I'll do one of those two things today. Both of them look really good. Maybe I'll make some actual ramen, although if I do that then I need to go get some dashi stock from Max, because I don't have any, I only have miso. Maybe I'll do that. Who knows? It'll be a mystery. But now I need to eat because I'm really hungry. It's time for my favorite part of the bread making process. Taking the bread out after it's risen the first time and punching it down. So I usually throw in this this damp cloth into here just to keep everything nice and like moist while it's rising. And yeah, it seems to work out pretty well every time. And now we just take the giant lump of dough, place it onto a lightly floured thing, and as always just like punch it down, except right now I'm kind of karate chopping it. It's my favorite part because now the dough feels super doughy. So it's like, yeah, the bread is coming out good. Although this needs a little bit more flour. Fun, fun, fun. Time to preheat the oven to 350. And the bread has been cut up into 2 loaves, and now there is once again the paper towel over it, keeping it damp while it rises for a second time. I don't know why it's supposed to rise twice, but that's what it's supposed to do. And it comes out pretty good when I do that, so I trust that it's more or less right. I need to set a timer for about 35 minutes, and that's how much time it takes for the bread to rise again. And then we just throw it straight into there. I'm excited. It's done. Oh, wrong way. Turn the oven up to like 400 degrees while it's after it's done, but the bread is done and the dishes are in the dishwasher. I have to say, ever since we got this dishwasher back, wow, I kind of forgot how convenient they were. Like, I very much dislike unloading a dishwasher, but now that I've had like 2 years where I've had to do the dishes, this is so much faster. However, everything comes out of this smelling very plasticky because this is a brand new dishwasher, but I think as time goes on that'll dwindle down, but that's not what we're focused about right now, or that's not what we care about right now. What we care about right now is a couple of nice looking loaves of bread. Oh, these are rather difficult to grasp. So grab that, throw it on its side, grab this, and I'll throw it on its side as soon as there's room. There we go. Oh yes. And now this needs to sit for just a moment before I pop them both out of the trays. And then the first bite shall commence. The first chunk has been cut from the loaf. And now it is time to taste test this loaf of bread. It's a pass. Good bread. That's really good. I like it. The day is coming to a close. It's already midnight, and today has been a pretty good day. I've been trying, well, other than job stuff, which is like the constant, always happening, I've been trying to boot Windows from the network using my desktop on here. However, I've come to the conclusion that it is really difficult to do. But basically you can use PXE, which is like this standard that Intel developed a really long time ago to boot straight from the network. And a couple of people had made, or a lot of people have made, some really nice tools to, instead of just loading like the installer for an operating system, because normally PXE, as far as I can tell, is used for installing an operating system on a computer over the network. Well, instead of installing the operating system, you can run the operating system over the network, and yeah, I think that's a really cool thing to do. The only problem is latency. Basically, the speed it takes for a signal to get from one spot to another using copper cable is slow. It's about 1/100th the speed of light. So slow, right? That's like, what, 300, it's normally 300 million kilometers per hour, so it would be 3 million kilometers per hour. So slow! But, when your computer's like working on nanoseconds, actually that kind of speed could be, that kind of latency could be bad, especially when it's going more than just, you know, a foot, because usually everything's within a few inches of the motherboard and the processor, but now I'd be booting off of this long Ethernet cable which goes all the way back to my room. And the solution to this, I postulate, but I'm not actually sure if this is the case, is to use something like a fiber network instead. Instead of using Ethernet, you use fiber channels. And so, technically, since a fiber channel uses a glass fiber and pulses of light, it should no longer be restricted by the speed of electricity and now should be restricted by the speed of light. So the latency should be about 100 times faster, which, assuming that the cable length itself is less than 100 times the length of a normal SATA cable, should then mean that the latency should technically drop if I were to use a fiber channel cable. So I looked up some like networking hardware, and at first I was discouraged because routers were like $7,000 for a fiber channel router. So I was like, I don't think I can do that. Look a little bit deeper, find a bunch of really cheap networking cards and a bunch of switches. And the switches that I was looking at, they were like $60, $70. They were not bad at all. They were actually really reasonably priced. And yeah, sometime in the future, whenever I have my own actual house where I have a basement with a server rack and everything, I think the ultimate goal or the ultimate endpoint of my computer infrastructure will be one like super server, which is just going to have a metric buttload of storage and everything. That's literally going to be the system where all of the computers boot off of. So I'll have my desktop, I'll have another desktop, I'll have a bunch of desktops all over the house that will all boot from that one storage server. And yeah, the rationale behind that is I'll be able to have a lot of shared space among all of the computers, and if I ever need to like fire up another computer somewhere else, I don't need to install Windows on it. I literally just go into the boot menu, boot off the network, boom, it has Windows. So that's what I want to do. That's what I spent a bunch of time looking into today. Although from what I can tell, there are a lot of fiber standards. There's 4 gigabit and 8 gigabit fiber, which seem to be like two standards that are closely intertwined with one another. There's 10 gigabit fiber, and then there's the really expensive stuff, which I don't even want to look into because it's too expensive. And anything below 4 gigabit, I really don't want to consider because then it'd be slower than SATA 2. Honestly, I'd want to go for the 8 gigabit ones if possible, but I mean, this is all theoretical at this point. I haven't pulled the trigger, nor do I intend to anytime soon. Need to have like an actual house to throw all that stuff into. But yeah, it was really cool. Other than that, played some Overwatch today, but I mean that's pretty constant also. My days involve looking for jobs, playing Overwatch. And I've been playing Widowmaker a lot, and I'm starting to like aim and actually hit targets. I got a 10-player kill streak today, and I was like, oh, I feel like I know how to play this game. I feel like I did pretty well. But, yeah, Overwatch is a lot of fun. I want to stream Overwatch on Twitch and YouTube. My desktop has been having some stability issues as of late, and I think I finally fixed them. I've been doing test recordings left and right, and in the last hour and a half or two, I recorded the entire session, and I might edit it down a little bit. I've been recording a lot of Overwatch footage with the intent of editing it at some point, maybe. And yeah, basically I was crashing while I was recording stuff, and now, after going for about 2 hours without any crashes, I think I'm stable. The last thing now I need to test out is if I can stream and record at the same time. Turns out I might be able to do it. For a while, I thought I was dropping frames in recording and in streaming, but I wasn't. I was watching both the stream and the footage that was recorded on the computer that was streaming, which was under load, so it shouldn't have worked well. So I recorded a bunch of stuff, loaded it up in Premiere after I closed everything, and it was buttery smooth, so I think I might be able to do the super crazy record-stream combination again, or at least give it a try, but that'll be for some other time. But yeah, that's going to be all for today, guys. I do hope that you guys enjoyed today's video, and I will see you all again tomorrow. So until then, see you guys later. Bye-bye!